Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Speaking of reaching millennials, just hot fresh on the internet today, Hillary Clinton went on Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Clinton, for being here. Critics have questioned some of your decision-making recently, and by you doing this show, I hope it finally lays that to rest.
Oh, I think it absolutely proves their case, don't you?
Yeah, so this is an internet show. It's on Funny or Die, on the website Funny or Die. Basically, Zach Galifianakis comes in, and he's an interviewer. They have two chairs between two ferns, and he asks, usually celebrities, the most inappropriate questions you can possibly think of.
Are you excited to be the first girl president?
Well, I mean, being president would be such an extraordinary honor and responsibility. But being the first woman elected president and what that would mean for our country, and particularly what that would mean for, not just little girls, little boys too, that's pretty special.
Mm-hmm. Not to take away from the historic significance of you perhaps becoming the first female president, but for a younger generation, you will also become their first white president, and that's pretty neat too. As secretary, how many words per minute could you type? And how does President Obama like his coffee? Like himself? Weak?
Zach, those are really out-of-date questions. You need to get out more.
What happens if you become pregnant? Are we going to be stuck with Tim Kaine for 9 months? How does this work?
I could send you some pamphlets that might help you understand.
First, you supported Obama's Trans-Pacific Partnership deal, and then you were against it. I think that people deserve to know. Are you down with TPP?
I'm not down with TPP.
No, you're supposed to say, yeah, you know me. Like the hip-hop group.
Don't tell me what to say.
Fine, lose. Country goes to shit. Let's talk about Trump.
Let's.
When you see how well it works for Donald Trump, do you ever think to yourself, oh, maybe I should be more racist? When he's elected president and Kid Rock becomes Secretary of State, are you going to move to Canada or one of the Arctics?
I would stay in the United States.
And what would you try to...
Try to prevent him from destroying the United States.
So you're going to lead the Civil War?
No, I wouldn't take up arms. I think that might be a little extreme.
Oh, right, because you were saying before we were rolling that you wanted to take away everyone's guns. Very cool. Cool.
I really regret doing this.
Any regrets over losing the Scott Baio vote?
Not a one.
So it wasn't heartbreaking that...
No.
Yeah, but Chachi, I mean, who's going to be next? Max Headroom? I'd love to meet the person who makes your pantsuits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because for Halloween, I wanted to go as a librarian from outer space.
I think that would be a good look on you.
Have you thought about what you're going to be wearing at the debates?
There's this thing called the double standard, and so I think about, what should the first woman nominee of one of our two major parties wear to the debate? And I have no idea, so if you've got suggestions, I'm open to them.
Do you wonder what your opponent might be wearing? I mean, what do you...
I assume you'll wear, that red power tie.
Or maybe like a white power tie.
That's even more appropriate.
When you went to Donald Trump's wedding, did he write his own vows? And did Michelle Obama write Melania's?
I really couldn't see or hear very well, so I'm not quite sure what his vows were, but I'm sure they were great and huge and wonderful.
Like his bowels. Chelsea, your daughter, and Ivanka Trump, Trump's daughter, are friends. Does Ivanka ever call Chelsea, to talk about boys that might have crushes on her, like her dad?
I don't think so.
What's going to be the number one focus of your presidency?
Oh, Zach, it has to be the economy. We need more good jobs with rising incomes. We've got to make the economy work for everybody, not just those at the top.
We need to take a break. We just need to have a word from our sponsor. Okay.
Washington is broken. The truth is, too many politicians are totally controlled by special interests and lobbyists. We're going to make America great again.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
He approves the message.
Why would you play a commercial for my opponent in the middle of our interview?
He paid me in steaks.
I'd be afraid to eat them if I were you.
It's a good cut of meat. I think it's part of the asshole. Well, this has been a lot of fun, Mrs. Clinton. We should stay in touch. What's the best way to reach you? Email?
You've got mail.
That's brilliant. I mean, I've seen a bunch of these between two ferns, and I've never seen one better written than that. That's just outrageous.
I know we're going to talk about the debate in a little bit, but I actually like watching that. I felt like maybe the best approach she can take to whatever Donald Trump shows up at the debate is that kind of droll, eyebrow-arching tone that she had throughout this video. I feel like that's a good, like, way to pop the balloon of somebody who's kind of out of left field. And I don't know, maybe that could work.
Well, they've
Interesting.
talked
I didn't think about that.
they've
Debate
talked-
strategy.
Yeah.
They've talked about having different people play Donald Trump in her preparation for the debate, right? And have these sparring sessions that they have, and maybe a succession of comedians would actually be a good way to do it.